I'm in the process of vaccinating a few calves. We had a couple calves, heifer calves, that were born last night, this morning. I need to get them vaccinated. I have 2 in the pen that I will bring you along and I will show you. All I do is vaccinate at birth. I only vaccinate with one thing, and it's called Enforce 3. This is an intranasal vaccine. You just pretty much shoot it up their nose and they breathe it in like that. This is to help with respiratory diseases that cattle are prone to get, especially when they are young. This is a preventative. There has been studies done and it's proven that if a calf gets the respiratory disease, the specific one, which is BRSV, then they're more likely to survive than if a calf who wasn't vaccinated would most likely die from that respiratory disease. All that saying is I give it to them so that they can get off to a healthy start, and that's that. So it is a 2-piece vaccine. There's a diluent, and this is the freeze-dried powder. This has to be refrigerated, but it is freeze-dried, and you mix it with the diluent and then spray it up their nose. So I'll show you how I do that. I have to mix the 2 right before I'm ready to give it to the calf. That's how I do it. You take the diluent, and it's only 2 cc's of vaccine actually, and then you mix it. Make sure that the freeze-dried is all dissolved, and then fill your syringe back up with it. That's it. Then I take the needle off, if I can, and then this is how I shoot it up their nose. Rough.
What you doing, Mom?
I just write in record keeping, I guess. And I write down who gets vaccinated and who gives birth and all that. It's all wrote down on paper. And I have 2 different things that I keep track of, moms and babies. And so that's what I'm doing in a minute. And then I have a calf that I need to ear tag and dehorn. And since you're here, you can help me. That'd be good? So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I need to program her to go into the automatic calf feeder, and so that's what we're doing this afternoon. It's nice out.
He's so nervous. Look at his little wide eyes.
Because she doesn't actually have any. Sometimes a cow, the mom will be a polled cow, which means they're bred not to have horns. If that's the case, then their babies won't have horns. Ah! Hey girl. This isn't going well, huh?
It's ear tag.
Earring, ear tag. They want some too.
Be careful, okay?
Bet you can't guess what I'm doing. Yeah, you probably can. So I'm back in the semi. We are hauling. We're gonna do a field that's a little further away. Probably should have my wallet. Kevin just left. We're gonna be chopping corn in a field that's a little further away, but there's only two of us driving. Sydney's gonna drive and I'm gonna drive. I wonder if we can be done with corn by next week. Do you see how dusty this truck is? Sometimes I have to make tally marks, so I like the dust for that reason. This dust gets wiped off every time we push the brakes. We won't clean this until after harvest though. Here we are. You can tell that this got frost. See how white it is on the top, and yet the bottoms are really green? If it had dried down naturally, then it would be more of a golden color, where this is like almost a bleached color. It's hard to describe, but if you know what frozen corn looks like, you would be able to pick it out very easily. I might as well take a little walk and see what's going on. This is greener. This was planted a little bit later than the last we saw. Looks good. Got sidetracked. Nothing abnormal about that. He's getting an ear to eat. Oh, great. Just when I get here. The ear is up to my ear. That was a corny joke. So much for keeping my windshield and my hood clean. Wow. I've got a story about this driveway. A story about wanting to give up and quit. I'll tell you about it when I get home. You ever feel like giving up, quitting, or just crying? That was me a little while ago when we were hauling. So the field that we are in has a very narrow driveway to get in and out of. And with a semi, it's a little bit challenging. You want to make sure that you're right in the center of that driveway, because on both sides of that driveway are deep ditches. And if you know what a deep ditch is, you know what I'm talking about. These ditches are something that you do not want to fall into. When we opened up, we only went around the field once, and it didn't give me very much room to make a nice wide turn to get back on the road. On top of having to deal with ditches, there's also a tree. Right where I'm making the turn, there's a tree on my right side, and I had to turn and make around that. Well, the tree is so close to the driveway that I couldn't make a wide enough turn. So what I ended up doing was going on an angle, and then I had to like back and forth. I had to like maneuver my way around with this semi, which just makes you feel very inadequate as a truck driver. It just also makes you want to quit or ask for help. But all in all, it took me several tries to back it up, go forward a little bit, back it up, just so I didn't hit that tree and so I didn't hit the ditch. And I made it. It just makes me want to feel like giving up sometimes. But I'm not a quitter. Just like you all, I'm sure you all have situations where you just want to give up or quit or cry or run away and hide, but that's not gonna solve the problem. And I knew it when I needed to get going. I needed to get on the road with that load of silage. So I was determined to get out of the jam that I was in. That's my real life story, and that's just how it goes sometimes.